By a show of hands, how many of you own smartphones? And by another show of hands, how many of you know the exact amount of time you spend on them per day, whether that be on social media, checking your emails, texting, or even browsing the internet? But aside from letting time escape while using these devices, there are other dangers attributed to excessive smartphone use. My goal today is to discuss these dangers and to switch focus on the importance of living in the present moment, in hopes that you leave today a little more mindful and on your phones a little less. My purpose is to persuade my audience to be on our phones less, providing examples of what they can do with their free time instead, and explaining the importance of mindfulness. I want my audience to be more conscious about the amount of time they spend on their phones. As college students, we all, or at least most of us, own smartphones and use them daily. Furthermore, as technology improves, so do our phones, in addition to the apps we use, and thus the amount of time that we spend on our devices increases. Because of how prevalent smartphones are in modern day society, I believe it's an important subject to touch upon, and even more important to listen to. With increased social media usage, cell phones have been less of a means to connect with friends and family and more of a distraction, taking us away from what is happening in the present moment and what truly matters. The first reason as to why we should use our smartphones less are the dangers attributed to excessive smartphone usage. Statistics have shown that Americans check their smartphones more than 8 billion times per day. The average person checks their phone 46 times per day across all age groups. The average 18 to 24-year-old checks their phone 74 times per day. Stanford neuroscientist Russ Poldrack experimented with the rewiring of the brain. He concluded that brain scans showed impairments in clear degradation and white matter. Relating to a quote by Nicholas Carr, author of The Shallows, "Your mind gets attracted just to what's new, rather than what's important." The second reason is the importance of living in the present moment. Quote by Thich Nhat Hanh, author of You Are Here, "Maybe we too are living like dead people. We move about life in our own corpse because we're not touching life and death. We live a kind of artificial life, with lots of plans, lots of worries and anger. Never are we able to establish ourselves in the here and now and live our lives deeply. We have to wake up. We have to make it possible for the moment of awareness to manifest. This is the practice that will save us. This is the revolution." The third reason is the list of activities you can do aside from using your smartphone. For example, you could read a book, clean your room, take a walk, volunteer, rearrange your bedroom and office, learn to cook something you've never had before, paint a picture, go for a bike ride, go to the gym, visit an art gallery, go ice skating or roller skating, go exploring, solve a Sudoku or crossword puzzle, meditate, write in a journal, play a board game, listen to music, or simply just hang out with your friends and family. Though it's difficult to measure the time we spend on our phones and the impact it has on our biological, emotional, and social functioning, there is one thing we can know for certain: what we are doing in this very moment and what we can do to make the most out of it. If there's one thing you take away from this presentation, other than the fact that smartphones take us away from what's in front of us, it's that being truly here is what's important. So, put that phone down, be aware of the time you spend on it, and recharge not its battery, but yourself.